isn't your burden alone.
Then you explain why we failed.
No, it's not over. We're just getting started.
So, I've seen the first 2 episodes. This is just so good. It's a different animal than the 42-minute CBS procedural. How is that different for you to film as an actor?
Oh, so pleasurable. I didn't know, none of us knew it was going to be. It was just sort of like, Erica Mester's going to write it. And you're like, okay. Erica Mester said, I took a cantaloupe and I wrote my name on it. And you're like, let's act that. Let's do. Because anything she does is so interesting. And she's so smart.
This kind of gives us the space to breathe into the characters and the developments and the story a little bit more.
The BAU is different.
Where others see monsters, we see patterns.
The best way to describe it is it was very much the same, but yet different. There was an evolution. There are certain restrictions that, first of all, that you have in network TV that we were able to kind of go beyond. And it has a different look. We shoot it in a different aspect. It's more cinematic.
This is the biggest case we've ever had.
We sometimes have to go into a dark place, which we always did, but now sometimes we go into places that are even darker. My character, Rossi, if anybody's going to kind of, be politically incorrect, it's going to be me anyway.
What the hell is that supposed to mean?
You said I could say it.
Yeah, well, all right. Well, that's a little judgy, don't you think?
I am not judgy.
I think that you are.
It kind of makes sense that I would perhaps push the envelope in terms of language, behavior.
Yeah, he has a curse word or two. He's been waiting to get out there, and now we get to hear them.
Yeah, exactly. And they all knew I was dying to say him anyway,
Who is this guy? He's got victims from 2005 to 2020. There's no way he just turns off and quits.
Just the richness of the connection between the characters, the opportunity to lean more into their interior lives, to look a little bit more closely at how this incredibly dark work affects them personally, emotionally, and also how it affects the way that they're tethered to each other. It's been really, really great to explore. Everyone's been able to have the opportunity to do more interior work.
So we're in the world longer. So the show almost feels to us like behind the scenes. Like you get to go behind things. And for me, I did 324 episodes of a show where most of the time, I'd say 90% of the time, I'm doing exposition alone in a room, talking to nobody and pretending that they're there. So now I'm doing 90% of my scenes, walking around on my own legs in different spaces, talking to people that are right there. Man, if you don't like Penelope Garcia, you're gonna have to fast forward much of this program because I get to do a lot of things.
It looks amazing, like it looks like a movie, but it's not glam. It's very real to me. And that was a huge thing for my character in particular. I wanted her to be the exhausted working mom, like everyone was through COVID.
How is life going for JJ and her family when the show picks up?
When we last saw her and her family went to New Orleans. COVID happened, she decided to come back. It's not the hive mind that we're used to with the BAU because of cutbacks and COVID and all these things. They've had to sort of go it alone. She's busy. She's overextended at work. She's overextended at home. We get to see a fuller version of JJ.
What if he stopped because we all stopped? But everybody sheltered in place, no one to stalk, abduct, or kill without taking a huge risk.
How has BAU life been treating Tara?
Tara joined the BAU. She was a forensic psychiatrist. She was a buttoned-up lady who did, she did like death row interviews, right? And an attempt to kind of draw a clear picture about how the psychopathic and the sociopathic mind works. And since the BAU shut down, she's been, much more of a field agent. She's been working and living out of her car. She's been, staying in roadside motels, eating in diners, because the work has been the most important thing for her. And so you're going to see a much more kind of battle-hardened Dr. Lewis, still the intellectual, but with a lot more dirt under her fingernails.
Give us a taste for Penelope's lighter, brighter life when the series opens.
She was thriving while sheltering in place, which did happen to some people, right? Some people had me too. The introverts of the world were like, oh no, I'm much more comfortable. I'm exquisitely comfortable with my own company.
My resting heart rate is stellar. I'm eating even more phytonutrients. I'm meditating.
And then she sort of thrust back in and she's not coming back. She's not coming back because she knows that like the kind of trauma that hits your body, and she's made this decision of like, I'm not doing that anymore.
Maybe it's time we call our expert.
We promised we wouldn't.
I don't know who else could help.
God, I hate how easy it is to pick this back up.
Do you need my login or password?
All I can say is Rossi's not in a great place.
I'll grieve in my own way, thank you very much. And I wish other people would respect that.
But it's not how many times you fall down, it's how many times you get up. You know, we'll see what he's made of. I'm betting on him. So we'll see where that goes.
He's been setting us up this whole time.
Emily Prentice is now the unit chief. How is she holding up? Is it heavy as the head that wears the crown?
Of course, but I mean, Paget is such a champ. I call it her Prentice 2.0 because I really, really love this streaming version of Prentice. There's a little like sass there, and like she's got this beautiful like silver gray hair now, and it's stunning, and just the confidence which exudes from her is really impressive. So I love watching her step into this particular role because it feels a little different from before, as it should, and she's crushing it.